I forgot to ask my $1 million question, right? I'm like, what does that add up to? A good budget, and I learned this from a financial guru, if you want to take this name down, his name is Dave Ramsey. I really like this guy, he's super positive, he's super, no, actually, that's not true. He's super negative. He's super like mean, but he's trying to really build a good philosophy around spending. So I recommend, he's the one that Dave, first name Dave, last name Ramsey. You know, like the bad guy from Nacho Libre? No? Is that already old? Nacho? Anyways, totally ADD, right? Like, I got a 4-year-old daughter too, and I'm like educating her in the ways of good movies. So I'm watching the ways of good movies. So the difference is $0. Dave Ramsey's, I learned this from his budget calculations, is that a good budget leaves you at 0. Why? Because it gives a purpose and a plan to every dollar that you earn. So again, it doesn't mean that I'm broke at all. That 0 doesn't mean I'm broke. That 0 means that I plan and I give a purpose to every single dollar in my budget. Cool? So, some tips that I want to give you this morning. Number 1, always pay yourself first. If the you of tomorrow could call you, they would tell you, hey, save, because your expenses are going to go up. My expenses, you're going to have to pay for more things. You're going to want more things, and you're going to need more things. So start saving, please, for yourself. So number 1, always pay yourself first. I don't look at saving as a nice idea. It's an obligation. It's my number 1 bill. Out of all my bills, and I have a lot of bills, my first bill is my future. So consider that very, very close to heart. Number 2. You know what? I'm just going to click until I get to the end of my tip. Alright. One more. Alright. None, all of those. So, if you don't got it, don't get it. Super simple, right? And great English. If there's an English teacher, they're going to say, oh, that guy doesn't really do it. Okay, I get that. But if you don't got it, don't get it. Super simple. And this is going to help you when we're talking about credit a little bit later. The majority of problems that people get into is that they spend money they don't have. It's super simple. Everything I'm talking to you, if you came in here like, oh, they're going to talk about money today, 5 easy steps. You buy my book, come to my seminar, I'm going to make you a millionaire. 5 easy steps. That's not going to happen today. I'm just going to be super real with you. If you don't have it, don't buy it. Super simple. Number 3, develop a strong work ethic. You have to want to work. And whatever you want to do, whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is the career that you want to take, you need to want to work. And working hard, the harder you work, the more you'll be able to enjoy. And if you say, yeah, but people can work a really hard job and not make a lot of money, work hard to get to the next level. If you want to make more, work hard to get the promotion. Work hard to get the raise. Work hard to build a good resume and leave that crummy job and get the better job. So, build a strong work ethic. Number 4, when you spend in one category, you're taking away from another. So, if you really think that you have to take her out on 3 dates instead of 2 dates, or you want to take him out instead of 3 dates instead of 4 dates, whatever, 4 dates instead of 3, that entertainment budget goes up, it's coming from somewhere. Now, you can take it away from future you, but then future you is going to be really mad. And you know how you know future you is mad at you? It's called regret. She broke my heart anyways, man. Like, why did I go up on that, buddy? You know, he was a jerk anyway, man. He didn't call me anymore. Right? And future you is like, I told you, no more use, right? But you know what I'm saying? Number 4, be content with what you have. Contentment is a concept that nowadays we really confuse, maybe for laziness or lack of drive. But contentment just means happiness. Be happy. This is a really difficult thing to understand nowadays, more than ever, because when we look in social media and we look up to people, and we're like, oh man, that person's, they got a lot of cool stuff, or they have this, or they have that. We want those things because we feel like we start formulating an idea of what a happy life looks like. Oh man, that person's got all access to all things. They must be super happy. Let me tell you, be happy with what you've been given. And if you want more, work hard at it. Go back to step 2 or 3. Work hard. If you want more, work harder. And that will really bring satisfaction. Having more doesn't bring satisfaction. Earning brings satisfaction because you earned it. You worked hard for it. So these are my tips on budgeting. Before I move on, because I'm not going to go back to budgeting, anybody have any questions about budgeting? All right. Okay, you can have a question and tell it. I did it again. Okay, cool. I'm just going to do it. Now, talking about savings. You know what I'm going to do? Right. Somebody's like, how did you not think of that earlier? Yeah. I'm just going to do that. So you can take a picture. If you stop paying attention because you're reading, that's okay. I don't mind. So, I want to talk about saving. Just do it. I'm not going to tell you whose slogan that is so I don't get sued in case they say I wasn't allowed to use it. But just do it, right? We're talking about savings, and I think I'm stressing this point already. I'm kind of maybe belaboring this point. You got to do it. You got to save. And there's 3 tiers that you want to save towards. You want to save towards a short term, a midterm, and a long-term need. So short term, real quick. $1,000 emergency fund. What does that mean? Why $1,000? Anybody here want to raise their hand and guess why 1,000? Yeah. That's okay. So she said medical bills are getting injured. That's headed in the direction of the answer that I'm thinking. Yeah. You can give 1,000 people $1. We're going to talk about charity in a second, but I like where you're going. You had it.
Wow.
Rent. Ooh, I like where you're headed, but that's a good answer. But that's not what I'm thinking. You know, that's the worst part about presenters. I'm going to get to you in a second. The worst part of presenters is like they ask you a question that they already know the answer to, and they're hoping that you're going to get the answer. Then you say a good answer, and it's not the right answer, but that was a good answer. You know, you guys are a really smart bunch. That's not what I was thinking. But I'm going to talk about those things. You guys are like, I really like where you guys are headed. So, again, you're like, why did he ask if he's going to say no to all of us? I didn't say no once, right? $1,000 checks out. If you get in a car accident, so the first young lady that mentioned getting hurt. If you get in a car accident, or you have a medical expense, there's something called, with insurance, deductibles. And a deductible can be as low as $500, but it can be around $1,000. So $1,000, if you get in a car accident, and it's your fault, which it never is your fault, right? But if it's your fault, or the other person doesn't want to take the fall for it, and the insurance companies are going at it, and you need to get your car fixed, right? You gotta go to work, gotta go on dates, or whatever you need your car for. You gotta pay $1,000 deductible. I was at a conference in Dallas in January for my company that I work for, the bank, Chase. And our chief economist for our whole company, this guy advises people all over the world. And he said, talking about the US, he said 70% of Americans are not prepared for a financial distress to come to their life. Somebody over here mentioned losing a job, right? 70% of Americans are not ready for a financial distress, and that financial distress is the kickoff. See what I did right there? Kickoff to financial, a financial tailspin there. Why? Because if I don't have that $1,000, but I need to get my car fixed, and I have my credit card, right? This is where we get in trouble. I'll just use my credit card. But think about it. I didn't have $1,000. I had $0. I'm going to use a credit card, and now I have minus $1,000 that I need to owe, while I still have all the bills that I need to pay. When will I have the money to pay this $1,000? Do you see how simple this is? But people get into trouble with this all the time.
I was going to ask, with that specific example, if you went to fix your car for $1,000, wouldn't it be so that you could get to work and make up